Gary will join us later. Well, more than 17,000 deaths in Ghana annually are as a result of household air pollution due to the use of inefficient cook stoves. A new project by the Dutch development organization SNV Ghana is advocating the use of new stoves which produce less amount of smoke. My colleague Justice Bedu traveled to the Bonahafo regional town of Techiman to learn more about this new cook stoves and sent through this report.
Kweku Yeboah is a builder who uses bricks. Most of the work he does is building cooking stoves for women using mud. This could be one tedious job, but for him, it's the job he has known all his life.
But
for this intervention, we would have finished the trees in the forest for firewood. We need a lot of fire to be able to produce the gari. The stove is very effective.
Kweku works with the Dutch development organization SNV Ghana. This new model of ovens he is building is to solve the problem of women inhaling toxic smokes while working.
Gari processing consumes a lot of fire. The smoke from the firewood affects us badly.
Take Ama Afabia, a gari processor in the small town of Amankwa Krom in the Bongaf region. She's just one of the women who are bearing the brunt for household air pollution, mainly from the use of inefficient cook stoves. Nearly 17,000 Ghanaians die every year as a result of inhaling toxic smoke.
The work makes us sick, and profits generated is very small. We spend all our earnings on medication as a result of inhaling the smoke.
This is a farming community that is heavily reliant on agro-processing. And so places like these where women can come and process their gari could easily be the heartbeat of the local economy. And it's the reason why the source of energy could be crucial. And with the involvement of local banks to make it possible for these women to purchase these improved cook stoves on credit, it's not just about aid money, but it's also about organizations helping local economies to boost trade.
With this innovation, the smoke that emanates from cooking in areas like this one could be halved. With this as the new engine for cooking, life for many of Ghana's women, especially those involved in agro-processing, would not be the same. Justice Bedu, JoyNews, Amankwa.
The report is put together by Justice Bedu. In the studio with me is Energy Advisor to the SNV program, Alex Donyina. Alex, thank you for your time here on the show. We've seen this story before. This is not the first time. What is the progress report on it so far, on the project so far?
Okay, thankfully, we are making progress. So far, we were successful with the first phase. That saw the installation of our pilot numbers, which is reducing the use of improved firewood by 50 to 60%. And so women, a lot of the women that we reached in Ghana today are using 50 or to 60% less firewood that they were using before. Okay. And as I speak to you, there are over 100,000 of women like this involved in all the agro-processing industries you can think about, like shea butter processing, gari processing, palm oil processing. And so the results from the little numbers that we have reached is quite remarkable. And it means that if we can sustain the momentum and expand access to the over 100 to 200,000 women who are involved in the use of this ineffective or inefficient stoves, it means that we can make a lot of impact both on the environment by reducing deforestation, also by helping the women to reduce their expenditure on firewood. Again, we can also help to protect them from the health implications of sticking to traditional stoves. And then when we help the women directly, we are helping the children as well, because normally where you find the women working, they have their kids around them playing, and the kids are very vulnerable on matters like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last time you spoke about sustainability, and you said that because free things are usually unsustainable, you're looking to make the women are paying for something. But what is the level of collaboration between you and the relevant state agencies to make it easier, losing the burden on the women who would like to use these stoves?
I think the issue of finance is very key to adoption and promoting the adoption, expanding the adoption of this improved cooking technologies. And in this way, normally, as we speak, for instance, the savings from the stoves are able to help the women to really offset the cost of the technology. But you see, the challenge is that most of these improved cooking technologies are not very cheap to most of our women, but just that over a period, they are able to pay with the savings. And so if we could have financial institutions coming on board, and in that regard, we've been quite successful. We have a number of rural banks that we are working with, both at the grassroots level and also working through their apex bodies. We are getting them to understand the businesses that these women do, because normally these are business people, and before they would like to put in their money into this business, they want to know how much business sense it makes. And so we are getting them to understand the business aspect of what the clean cooking industry. And we hope that with time, we will be able to get all of the relevant stakeholders on board.
Right.
But the results we've had so far is very encouraging.
Very encouraging. Well, as we say, the environment, it should be inspiring indeed. Thank you very much for your time. Alex Donyina is Energy Advisor to the SNV program. Well, that'll be it for the show. We're unable to bring you Gary L. Smith with a spot on the polls, but why don't you log on to myjoyonline.com for more news. My name is Gifty Andropia. Many thanks for your time. Doreen Abio is standing by with Let's Talk Entertainment.